Hello YouTube, it's me again. Hey, I know you missed me. So I wanted to talk to you today because I was reading this post on Facebook. Um, and like I said, Facebook is evil, but I was reading this post about women and roses. So usually women get women are all about roses and stuff, and um they beg their men to send them flowers and stuff. And I'm not a real flower girl. I like daisies. I don't actually like roses, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I don't like roses. So, whenever you're watching a show or, a movie or whatever, every time the guy messes up, like he goes out drinking one night and falls asleep on his friend's couch and doesn't call his wife, or he forgets your anniversary, your birthday, or whatever, he goes out and he buys his wife roses. So to me, I always equated roses as like an apology flower. Like, I fucked up, so now I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy you roses and it's going to make everything better. And it doesn't really make everything better because you haven't really solved the problem. Yeah, he may not forget your birthday again, but it's that he forgot it in the first place, right? So where are his priorities? So I'm going to go get you roses and everything in the world is fixed. So that's why I don't like roses. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I do adore getting flowers. I think it's wonderful to send your woman flowers. I'm just not a big fan of roses. Also, I'm not like a green thumb. Like, as I mentioned before, my thumb is brown. So for me, flowers, okay, so I've gotten flowers in my lifetime. Like, I'm not going to say I haven't gotten flowers. And every time I get flowers, they die in like a day. Like, I'm pretty sure I walked out into my room, and I had one boyfriend who got me a rose in a flower pot. Like, it was actually potted rose. And I'm pretty sure that rose had a little rope around its stem and was like pointing upwards, like it was going to hang itself, like, rather than have me take care of it. I am terrible with plants, terrible. So I'm not a big fan of flowers in general. Like I said, I love to get flowers and stuff. I would honestly, and this sounds so weird, I would honestly rather a guy go out to the dollar store and buy me like the roses or the flowers that are fake and felt. First of all, they feel quite real. Second of all, you could probably get something that makes them smell good. And third, they're not going to die. Like, I could keep that for a lifetime and be like, oh, look what, and it sounds like really cheap and stuff, but it's the thought of a present that counts. And I think that, especially at this time of year, Christmas time, that we become a very materialistic. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to Christmas shop. I love to buy things for people for Christmas. But I think we become very materialistic in the fact that Christmas is about more than just gifts and presents and, buying things with what was it the Grinch said? Buying things with a box or a bag, or a ribbon or a tag. I believe it was what the line was in Dr. Seuss's The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So, I see it. Like, Black Friday was a great example. Like, people are very, very materialistic. They want things. And when I was a kid, because my family has a Hindu background, we didn't actually get Christmas presents. And my father, when we were old enough, me and my brother were old enough, he would take us on Christmas. So on Christmas Day, there's two places that are open that are like, retail type places. Like, so we would go to the movies and we would go get Chinese food because a lot of Chinese people, not being racist or anything, but a lot of Chinese people don't celebrate Christmas, right? Because they have the Chinese New Year. So they would be open. So we go get Chinese food, we go to the movies, and there'd be nobody in the movies. Those poor people at Famous Players had to entertain us. And then what we do is in the afternoon, like we do that in the morning or whatever, or night. During the day, what we do is we go to a homeless shelter or a soup kitchen and feed the homeless. And I asked him one year, why don't we get presents? Like, why are we doing this? And I was quite small. I think it was like 9 or 10 when I started doing this. And he said, because Christmas is about giving and people have forgotten that. You can see what people, there are people in this world who have nothing, and you expect to have a new Game Boy or a Nintendo or whatever it is that I wanted for Christmas. And he's like, it is better for you to understand that people, you need to give to people, and that is the greatest gift that you can give yourself, is to help somebody else, to give somebody something that they wouldn't have normally had, a warm meal at Christmas. He's like, you take that for granted. Every day you have a warm bed to sleep in and a warm meal. So I mean, when my children are old enough, obviously they're little, and obviously I'm going to give them presents and stuff like that. But when they're old enough, I would love to be able to do that for them, to take them to a place like that and to show them that they're little children just like them. And I mean, I remember seeing 8 and 9 year olds when I was 8 and 9 years old. To see children like themselves who have nothing and who are so happy and grateful to get something for Christmas and don't have homes, and to show them how fortunate they are that they have a place to call their own. They have a bed to sleep in. True, it's not, the most fancy thing in the world, but to have something and to show them not to be materialistic. And as a result, I'm not a materialistic person. I've told you, yeah, I went and got my hair done or whatever, but I mean, I don't have a lot of things. I don't go out and buy a lot of clothes and makeup and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I like to spoil people at Christmas, but like, I'm not a materialistic person just generally. I don't want to keep up with the Joneses or whatever. I understand the value of things and the value of human life, and that it is better to give something that, I mean, a lot of times when Mother's Day, Father's Day would roll around, my father would say, don't go out and spend your money. He's like, make me something. And I mean, it was like a card, or like when I got older and I started learning to paint, I would make him paintings. Or he loved, when I would play the saxophone, because I used to play the saxophone, as I told you, tenor saxophone. He used to love to hear me play the saxophone, and he'd ask me to learn a song, and he'd tell me what song it was a couple weeks before, and I'd learn the song from him and play it. Or, because I do sing. I'm sure if you look me up on YouTube, there's a video of me singing. He loved to hear me sing. Or, I took ballet for a long time. He loved to see me dance. So, those were things that I didn't have to spend money on. And I mean, I obviously did spend money, but, to have something that's organic and not so materialistic is wonderful, to teach your children that and to give them that, because in this world it's all about the iPads and the iPod touch and the whatever. So that's my rant about materialism and things and materials. So I will see you later, YouTube. Bye.